So organizing an RV with limited space can definitely be a challenge, but we've learned a lot in 5 years, and I have got 8 small changes that you can make today that have a huge impact on being able to stay organized in your RV, your home, just making smaller space do more for you. Plus, I've got some new organizing finds that I'm super excited to check out. It's gonna be all in this video. So the first tip is using multifunctional furniture. Now, most RV manufacturers are pretty good about this, where they install, say, a sofa that can double as a sleeping space. Maybe it jackknifes out into a bed, or a dinette area that can fold down into a bed, or maybe double as a workspace, homeschool table space. But really what you want to think about is how can you use that one piece of furniture or area for multiple purposes versus when you're like in a sticks and bricks, maybe you have separate rooms for separate things. Got to bring it all together when you're living small. So tip number 2 is installing things like shelves and hooks and making use of every bit of space. Now, I'm really excited because I have got 2 new things that I'm gonna be setting up for some organization in here that go along with this particular principle. So just to give you guys an idea, some of the ways that we're using shelves and things like that and hooks in the RV is shelves for things like this in the cupboard, to divide dishes, to be able to just maximize these types of storage spaces. Back here is like a 3-tier shelf that I got from Lowe's that just helps to give more depth. And then also I've got, these are actually like robe hooks that I am using here in our kitchen area. So I found this on Amazon. It comes in a 2-pack. I will put a link in the description below. This actually is going to mount with this adhesive right up underneath here. One of the things that I have found, especially in the RV, that can sometimes just be, I don't know, like a challenge, I guess, like is figuring out where I'm just gonna hang my dish towel to dry hands. So after you've washed dishes or you've washed your hands in the sink, being able to hang a towel. I have been using these hooks, which is okay, except for then it kind of hangs down in the way of other things. We've got this cord here. I like to actually put my coffee pot here instead, and there's no outlet here because this is on a slide out. So the one thing that you figure out with RVs is that they're all set up so differently. Sometimes you just have to improvise because things like maybe an outlet isn't where you need it, or there's a slide out that then prevents other features from being able to be in that spot. So we're gonna hang this up real fast because it's going to help with a couple of things. One, this that just tends to dangle here on travel days, but also we'll be able to utilize it for some other stuff. So let's get this hung up real quick. People will tell me that they can't use command hooks, or that they've tried to use command hooks or other things that have adhesive because they find that they fall off. What I have found is that prep is key. So I always prep the area with an alcohol wipe first to make sure that it gets rid of any dirt, grease, grime. The other thing too that I have found with any of these adhesive things, when you go to stick them on, really applying pressure for about 60 seconds to 90 seconds before you try to put anything on it really seems to help. We use command hooks, adhesive stuff all over the RV, and we've not had anything fall off yet.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So let's get this thrown on here. So this is just gonna slide across there. And now we have this little thing here. I'm gonna go to set up my coffee pot, because this is right where it normally sits. And then I would plug it into here. So now I can hang this up here. Now this spins, I need to make sure, there we go. So now I don't have this sitting on the counter, potentially getting moisture in it. But now the other thing is that if this isn't your scenario, this was just my scenario, the other thing that is great for this type of just little spin thing is you could use it for, like, say if you have a dish brush that you want to hang up. The other thing is too, is that if you have any sort of like kitchen utensils, things like your slotted spoons or your spatulas or things like that, that you can hang up on something like this. It's a great way to organize that. And then check out, these are the Turkish towels. I've got a spot, but I can hang that up there. I love stuff like this. Anything, again, remember the principle is utilizing all of the space that you have available to you. So thinking about any unused space that you can install little doohickeys like this to maximize organization and storage. It keeps you organized. All right, so speaking of vertical space, yes, I am in the shower now. This I picked up also on Amazon. This is just like a storage caddy. We're going to put this right here. I've prepped it. Now again, I've found with these types of products, super imperative that you put some pressure on it for a little bit before that you start loading it up. So I'm gonna show you here in just a minute what we're going to go with here. So now this thing has definitely seen better days. I think we put this in here when we first got this RV. We have a drivable motorhome. Now, some of you that don't have a drivable motorhome, you don't have the same issue that we do when you're driving down the road and you hear all of the things rattling and making noises. So all of our razors and shaving cream can go here, and then we still have all of our like shampoo and conditioner over here. So that's all you need. Body wash, you're good to go.
No more bumping elbows.
No more bumping elbows on this thing, but also no more just rattle. So actually this is gonna, cause like look right now, I'm a tall person, and so when I would shower, it was like literally you're hitting your shoulders and stuff on that rack. Just because it's a smaller space, you need to utilize the vertical space more to give yourself more room. There you go.
All right.
Solutions, love them. Yay! So tip number 3 is to invest in things that are collapsible. Now here are the things that I use pretty much in here almost on a weekly basis that are collapsible. This is one of my favorites. This is actually a collapsible mixing bowl. And the kids love having pancakes in the morning. This is nice and collapsible because again, anything collapsible just provides more storage space. You might have seen this. We actually found this at TJ Maxx for like $3 and $2.99. That's actually a really good buy for a collapsible colander like that. In fact, I'm trying to decide if we need one. So I will actually link that video after this video is over where we found this. And then this is one of my favorite storage container sets. So I got these on Amazon, and then these have the locking lids, but they're also collapsible, and they actually are a really good size. If you can get pots and pans that nest together, collapsible is your friend when you're trying to live on the smaller scale. Okay, so tip number 4 is to utilize all of the empty space that you possibly can. For us, a big empty space that was wasted was underneath of the kids' bunks. Now, we built these bunks, we purposefully left space here because we wanted to be able to use it for storage. Now, what was here prior was a couch. Underneath was a waste of space that can be used for storage. In these bins from IKEA, I forget the name of what these are called, but IKEA's got all sorts of these like zipper bins. And these ones we like because of the fact that we do travel with our cats and our dog. So that means there's animal hair in the RV. So when the kids put their clothes in here and we just tuck these up underneath of the bunks, they are not getting any animal hair or dust. Another place where there's a lot of wasted space is in dinette areas. We opted for the dinette from Rec Pro that has a ton of storage in the actual bench areas. And then we recently pulled the couch out because we've got a pretty cool project coming there that has to do with space and storage. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, so tip number 5 is to use things like hanging organizers. This is especially important for things like closet space. So I've got this hanging organizer that we are using in our closet space. Now, lots of options that you can use for hanging organizers. So whether you're using it for shoes, towels, hats, clothes, whatever really is going to be your greatest need to be able to organize in your closet. For us, I've got some hats here, which I've got a cool hat hack with a new product I'm gonna show you in just a few minutes. But for now, the hats are in here, some of our microfiber towels, and then I do carry one of these regular towels in case that we would have like some sort of a oopsie spill where I need something highly absorbent. I do still carry one as a backup. But what I really like about this particular closet organizer, this is actually designed as a stow and go. So now we are considering some other forms of travel since we have hit all 48 states. And one of those is maybe potentially a cruise. Again, you want to subscribe because there's going to be some fun info where we're looking at putting together a cruise for any of you that want to join us. More on that to come. Subscribe. With this particular organizer, you've got this strap that comes down here, and you can come and you can fold it and collapse that there. And then this actually will tighten down, and then you can throw like this into your suitcase. Then when you get to where you're going, you can just uncollapse this, take this and hang it directly into a closet. So whether you're in a hotel or on a cruise ship or wherever maybe you might be traveling to that's not by RV, this is a really super easy way to stay organized so you don't have to reorganize. So hat storage. Let's talk about hat storage real fast. I just recently was introduced to these little hat hangers on Amazon. What I like about these is these are plastic, so they're really actually super lightweight. Now, do not start moving a bunch of stuff into it until that you have weighed it and then weighed it again to make sure you're not exceeding the weight capacity. So hat hanger, we are gonna go ahead and mount this in the closet. Now, again, I'm gonna prep the surface first with an alcohol wipe. So you can hang it up. I'm gonna do mine upright like this so I can hang my hats this way. You could also do this way if you wanted to string them along this way. I just see that being a potential for hats to fall off on a travel day. So I'm gonna hang it up this way. We're gonna see how many hats can fit on here. All right, so we'll start with, here we go. So we've got 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hats and visors and an 11 fitted one. So this actually, this is I am really digging this because having all of these over here versus in the other closet organizer, that now frees up a whole bunch of space here that I can use for some other things. And trust me, I will probably find something that will fit in here, but don't discount the use of empty space too. Like I will tell you, being a minimalist, sometimes just having empty space can be just as fulfilling as having, things in place. So empty space can also be your friend. So tip number 6 is to utilize labels. Now, I use labels on a lot of my bins that aren't clear where I can't see things. I use them for our board games that I've decanted, and we've got a little bit on that coming up in just a few minutes. When you have labels on things, it actually helps you stay organized long-term because you know right where that thing needs to go back to once that you're done using it. So number 7 is to opt for more compact appliances. Now, this is where I have what I like to call my RV size Instant Pot or RV size waffle maker, which really are just the smaller versions of how that they typically come anyway. Because, really when it's just our family of 4, I'm not really always cooking for an army, or if we're gonna cook larger, then we'll probably utilize things like our Blackstone. So my Instant Pot is the smaller version. This waffle maker actually came from Walmart. They also have this exact brand on Amazon, pretty inexpensive, but that way it's just a smaller footprint and it takes up way less space for storage, but we have all of the appliances that we still need to do all of our cooking. All right, so tip number 8 is to decant everything that you possibly can. Now, really what decanting is it's a process of taking something out of one thing and putting it into something else. So a while back, I decanted all of our board games where I put those into zipper pouches and got rid of the bulky packaging. Things like cereal, that's a big thing for us where it comes in a big bulky package. And if you have to put that in your RV cupboard, well, you're just using a lot of space that way versus decanting it, either putting it in a smaller container or just getting rid of the box and opting for just the bag of cereal in and of itself. Part of the reason that I have gone to just leaving the cereal in bags is just because from a space saving perspective, I just feel like it doesn't take up as much space. The other thing is that I do have a very picky eater in this house that tends to be very sensitive to anything that has just the hint of something being stale. So that particular person does not like if the cereal goes stale quickly, which I feel like in some of those containers where you have more air, that can happen faster. So I like to just leave it in a bag, roll it up, use like a chip clip to keep it fresh.
You're a poet and don't know it.
I'm a poet and
I don't know who
it.
this person you're talking about.
Do not start moving a bunch of, I was gonna say crap ton. Can I say crap ton on YouTube?
Sure.
That have a very, no, hold on. Did you just delete the video you took of me pulling the adhesive off?
Yeah.
Does anybody else have problems?
Or with the
No clue.
staleness of the cereal.
Can you undelete it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Their closet organized. I can't talk.
I saw that.
Getting these off. Like, I don't have super long fingernails.
Right, let's get this thing out of here. Ugh. Oh, jeez. Holy moly.
Just remember, decluttering from time to time is just a regular part of RV life. and that is going to help you stay organized as well. Let me know what your favorite tip was out of this video. I'm gonna leave a video right up here where we found amazing things for RV storage and organization in places that you probably wouldn't think to look. If we don't see you out on the road or around the campground, we'll catch you in the next video.